black women with white men last the longest.
So she's asking why interracial relationships, specifically between black women and white men, last longest. I have my theory here, and it's based in racism and intersectionality. See, it's my theory that women of color have to be the strongest out there because they have to deal with the most, which means that they are strong, they're independent, they are opinionated, and they don't take shit from basically anyone. White men, on the other hand, live in a social dynamic to where they're basically never questioned. They do what they wish, they think what they wish, and people just accept that as reality. So when a white guy gets with a black woman, they both are strong, they're both independent, but it doesn't cause the other one to feel like they're losing their power in the situation. So they both feel strong, they feel like their opinions are represented, and they feel more comfortable in that. And I mean, I could be completely off base. This is just my opinion. This is how I think things play off. I'm not a psychologist.
Hey ladies, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Wanted to come on here and do a video, something a little bit different today. Make sure to like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, turn on the notification bell. So I came across a TikTok regarding black woman and white men relationships and why they last longer together. And the man in the video says something that we both know to be very true, which is the reason why they last longest together is because of the power dynamics and the strength that both black women and white men possess. And because white men are, the top of the economic chain across all levels, and black women are pretty much the top of the economic chain for our community, we make a better pairing because our power dynamics in a way are very similar, but at the same time don't clash. I was reading some of the comments to this TikTok and was very surprised at pretty much all of the black women that were married to white men commented and said that he was 100% correct in his opinion and his theory as to why out of all the other interracial relationships, black women and white male relationships seem to work out and last the longest and are the least likely to divorce. I'm making this video because a lot of you ladies that watch me are divested or into interracially dating. I myself, as a black woman, have interracially dated. And I have to say that all of my dating experiences with white men have been positive for the most part. I've never had a white guy that was genuinely interested in getting to know me and had a bad experience versus me dating black men who were just as interested in getting to know me, but there was always some kind of competitive component to it, meaning I was always being criticized, not taken seriously, made fun of, just for being myself. And this doesn't mean I fully give up on black men as a whole. I do believe there are good people everywhere, but I will say that I've had very few dating experiences with white men. I just started dating interracially within the last year or so, and I have not had any bad experiences whatsoever compared to dating black men all of my life, and have had a significant number of times the experiences didn't go well, meaning there was some lying in it, some black men being disingenuous, or like I said before, being competitive. So I wanted to just make a video on this and explore these types of relationships with white men and black women. I think that the power dynamic is key in these relationships. I've also read other forums where white men commented on their black wives and said that they loved the fact that their woman was strong, right? They said that their white woman, their previous relationships with white women as white men, the white women were coddled, didn't want to take responsibility, couldn't endure through the hard times and wanted to leave, versus the black women who were strong, held themselves accountable, and had no problem, going through life, even through the punches with them. They weren't weak-minded and wanted to dip off and leave their man high and dry. Like, the black woman was really there for better or for worse, and still there. fighting it out with him. So this relationship, this interracial relationship dynamic is the most successful because of that reason. White men in society are seen as higher than any other group of men, and black women are highest in the black community. So it's easy for us to get along with these men. Now, there are women of other communities who I can't really say off the top of my head are economically doing better than their men. I think black women are the only group of women who are economically doing better than their men, meaning we're more employed and we're more educated than our own men. I don't think the women are as much. I know that other women are just more married than black women to all kinds of men, but they're not more economically advantaged than their men, which is okay as well. But since black women are more successful than their own men collectively, economically, as far as education and employment wise, they do make a good pairing with men who are also at the top, which is white men. These marriages do last long. Like every single black woman in the comments had a lot of good things to say about their white husbands, and also noted that they were with their white husbands for 10 plus years, said there was no toxicity. Their husband did not criticize them. Their husband was actually turned on by their strength. Their husbands were turned on by the fact that they were independent, compared to them being with black men who were not turned on by that. And a lot of the women in the comments had to say that black men were not very successful, that they were at the bottom of the economic totem pole compared to other men, and that was the reason why their relationships with their own women, black women, didn't work out, and with white women as well. A lot of people said in those comments that black men and white women relationships don't work out and don't last because they're both a very coddled group of people, and they're both not as successful as their counterparts. So when they get together, it's bound for disaster. Every day the black man goes through society feeling threatened versus the white man who does not. Every day the black woman is putting on her strong, independent face and facing the world head on, just like the white man is, which the white woman does not do. So I thought this TikTok was very interesting, and I wanted to come on and make a video about this because there's a lot of black women who are coming on the internet every day saying that they're going to start dating out of their race to give up the black love fantasy. And I think it's about time that black women open up their options to different races of men. I think it's about time that other races of men that have always thought black women were beautiful can now think that they can actually be with a beautiful black woman, because they can. Because beautiful black women are opening up their options to date and actually marry other races of men. The data speaks for itself. And I know the numbers for white men and black female marriages are low compared to monoracial marriages, but I do believe that within the next decade or so, those numbers are going to rise heavily. And we're going to see a big change. The propaganda in the media is already changing. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, that our image as black women in the media is starting to change, especially since Shonda Rhimes came on the scene. She showed a different type of black woman with the Olivia Pope and the I forgot, Viola Davis from How to Get Away with Murder, and just so many other shows that got inspired by that. You have Being Mary Jane with Gabrielle Union came out. You have a lot of shows with black women that are no longer the purple weave wearing, loud mouth, uneducated baby mama stereotype, but instead she's a strong, strong-minded go-getter woman who gets things done. And there are a lot of men who are successful that want a woman like that by their side. So please don't let these weird men, these bottom feeder guys, tell you that men like that don't want strong women that are portrayed in those shows, because they do. Those women also had lovers in the show as well, and those lovers were also strong men. Those lovers were men that valued a woman who was smart, strategic, independent, who was able to handle responsibility. That's a real helpmate, ladies. A real helpmate is a woman who can help also with sharing the traits of being responsible, of being smart, of being a go-getter, of being disciplined in any kind of way. And if she is able to help him with those traits, she can dedicate her energy to other things. She can dedicate that to being in the home, or to the family business, or to the childbearing, or to her own business that she wants to have at home. So don't let bottom feeder men that have no goals, that just come from environments where this is all just news to them. Don't let them tell you it's not true. Because men love to say, oh, we're men and we know other men. Yeah, you may know other men, but you don't know every man. And every man does not want what one man wants. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And I really want to know your ladies' thoughts down below on why you think black women and white men in particular last longer than any other interracial relationship or group of people. Thank you, ladies, for watching. Until next time, bye.
The reasons that I was so against dating outside of my race is because I felt like nobody could understand me like a black man can. And I think that thinking is problematic, because I understand me and I get it. And what I need from a partner is someone who is willing to understand things as the way that I do, is willing to ask questions. One time he said, "Are you offended by me asking so many questions?" And that hurt me, because I felt like, no, I'm not offended. I am so appreciative that you want to understand, you want to grow, you want to learn, and you want to try your best to get things the way that I can. At the end of the day, he's not black, so he's never going to understand my experience fully. But the fact that he's trying to and he wants to, that's all I need. That's all I need out of a partner. And I think that goes beyond just race. That's all you need out of a partner, period. Somebody who's willing to understand things the way that you should as a couple, and y'all can learn together and move forward together.